Hey guys, Ellie from Excellence Property Management here. So were you thinking about renting out your property soon, or have you got a property coming up vacant and you're a bit nervous about what effect COVID-19 is going to have on the result for your rental property? In markets where unemployment is high, it's only natural to expect that unemployment would have a negative impact on your return on a rental property. However, in my experience in the past, where the market did have a high unemployment rate, we also didn't have the additional economic stimulus that we're also seeing at the moment as well, and have been able to tell that this has had a good effect. However, obviously it is still going to be a little bit more competitive, and in previous years, I was lucky enough to have the experience of working in the industry and working in property management when Townsville's vacancy rate was really high and it was over 8%. So by being able to, understand that that was a result of unemployment and adopt those strategies now, we've come up with a really thought out, well-developed method to be able to help our landlords get the best result, even through the COVID-19 pandemic. So I'll go through and I'll explain that thought through process to you now. So the first thing is the promotion of your property. People are very, very visual human beings, and at the moment you will be competing with more properties than you would have before the COVID-19 virus hit. Because people are very, very visual, they're attracted to what looks good. So it's really important that when you're marketing, you do get a professional photography package done on your property. That way it'll look bigger, better, and brighter than your competitors. So people will be more visually attracted to it. So they'll be more likely to inspect your property and inquire on your property over its competing properties. The next one is also just with your online advertising. So 99% of your rental inquiry comes from two websites, which are realestate.com and domain.com. These websites do track and measure what we do, and realestate.com.au have measured that 53% of prospective tenants do not go past the first page on their first visit. So this tells us that when we're doing your property and looking at its search criteria, we need to be on the first page and as close to the top as possible. So that's why when we're marketing, we only use premier advertisements for your property. It's basically paid priority, so you're on the first page and as close to the top as possible. The next one is virtual tours. In this day and age, and particularly with what's happening, people may not be able to physically inspect your property, or they may not want to because it's not safe to do so. So it's really important that you have a virtual tour online as quickly as you can. With the development of technology and smartphones nowadays, this is really cheap and effective way of marketing your property and getting the most amount of exposure without people having to physically attend. So that's the promotion aspect. The next one is also presentation. So we've all been on Facebook, we've all been on Marketplace. When you go to sell secondhand furniture, if that secondhand furniture is damaged, so if it's got marks, it's got tears, it's got very visible wear and tear on it, it is going to sell for less naturally. And it's the same with rental properties. And I'm all sure we've all been through those properties where they haven't had a paint job in 15 years, there's stains in the carpet, and they just don't present that well. So it's really important when you're going to rent out your home to make sure it is as well presented as it possibly can be, keeping in mind we don't want you to overcapitalize either, so you don't have to go putting in new kitchens and bathrooms. But it is amazing about what a fresh coat of paint, new carpets, upgraded window furnishings and the like will have as an effect on your rental property. The better presented it is, the faster it will rent, and also the better quality of tenant you'll attract as well. The last one is price. So you need to make sure you're priced accordingly with the market. Now is not the time to try over advantageous prices because it will result in a longer period of time on the market. So in the blog, which we'll put a link to with this video, I have given you our secret of pricing properties, but it's just basically making sure we're putting a realistic price on it and it's competitive with the other properties that we're competing with at the time. So in summary, even with COVID-19 and everything that's going on, we've been able to keep our vacancy rate overall less than 1%, which is a really great result, and it's proof that our strategy works. So if you've got a property coming up for rent soon and you want some more information, or you'd like us to come and have a chat to you about it, please get in touch. I'd love to be able to help you. Thanks, guys.